9 Life Lessons to Rewire Your Mind Every Morning. The Stoic Path to Self-Love. Stoicism. Introduction. Every morning, the world gives you a choice. You can either surrender to habit, distraction, and reactive thought, or you can reclaim your mind. This moment, the one immediately after opening your eyes, is the foundation of your day, your mood, your decisions, and ultimately your life. Most people, unconsciously, hand this moment over to fear, self-doubt, and comparison. They check phones, scroll social media, or dwell on what went wrong yesterday or might go wrong today. This is why Stoicism emphasizes the inner battle. The first victory is always internal. Self-love in the Stoic sense is not indulgent. It is disciplined, conscious, and active. It is about building a mind that cannot be shaken by circumstance, a character that remains strong when life tests it, and a heart that values itself independently of validation or approval from others. When you practice these principles each morning, you rewire your mind for resilience, calm, and growth. This video will guide you through 9 essential lessons that, when integrated into your morning routine, can completely transform your mindset. These are not superficial tips. They are deep, practical, Stoic techniques to build unshakable self-love and clarity. If you follow them, not only will your mindset shift, but your confidence, calm, and ability to act with purpose will grow exponentially. Make sure to watch till the end, and if these insights resonate with you, subscribe to this channel for more guidance on mastering your mind and life. 1. Take ownership of your thoughts. The mind is the first battlefield of the day. Every thought you allow to dominate your mind in the morning sets the tone for everything that follows. Most people wake up and are immediately hijacked by thoughts that are reactive, fearful, or self-critical. I didn't finish that task yesterday. I'm not ready for today. Or everyone else is ahead of me are common intrusive thoughts. But Stoicism teaches that these thoughts are not facts. They are interpretations, and interpretations can be chosen. Ownership of your thoughts begins with awareness. Before reacting to your first impulse, pause and observe. Ask yourself, is this thought true? Is it helpful? Does it empower me or weaken me? Most people never question the inner dialogue that shapes their actions, and so they live as slaves to their minds. The Stoic, in contrast, trains the mind like a careful gardener tending soil. Weeds of fear, envy, and self-doubt are identified, removed, and replaced with seeds of reason, patience, and resilience. Self-love begins here. When you consciously decide which thoughts deserve space in your mind, you are signaling to yourself that your inner life matters. You stop accepting negativity as default and start choosing clarity and strength. Replace destructive narratives like I am not enough with empowering ones. I am growing, learning, and capable. Replace fear-driven thoughts with strategic reasoning. This challenge is an opportunity to improve. Every moment you actively own your thoughts, you increase mental freedom. You take control over the only thing you can fully command, your mind. This practice is not theoretical. It requires consistency and reflection. You may need to write down recurring negative thoughts and consciously reformulate them. You may meditate on the difference between events and your judgment of them. By internalizing this practice, mornings shift from reactive chaos to conscious creation. Taking ownership of your thoughts is the foundation of every other Stoic principle. Gratitude, discipline, purpose, resilience, all require a mind that can observe, judge, and choose its internal dialogue. When you master this, self-love is no longer an abstract concept. It becomes a lived, daily experience. You respect yourself enough to think clearly, act wisely, and protect your inner peace before the world even begins to speak. This practice also builds resilience for the rest of your day. When unexpected stress, criticism, or disappointment arises, you will not be controlled by knee-jerk reactions. You will observe the situation, choose your interpretation, and respond in a way that preserves your integrity and peace. That is power, and that is self-love. 2. Practice gratitude before expectation. Gratitude is the hidden force that reshapes the mind, turning scarcity into abundance, frustration into contentment, and anxiety into calm. Most people wake up each morning with a list of expectations, complaints, and comparisons. They focus on what they lack, unfinished tasks, missed opportunities, personal flaws, or the achievements of others. This mindset creates tension before the day has even begun, setting the stage for stress, disappointment, and self-doubt. The Stoics, however, teach that the first action of the morning should not be complaint, judgment, or comparison. It should be appreciation. Start by recognizing what is already present. You have a body that breathes, a mind that thinks, and a life that continues. Many take these things for granted, only noticing them when they are threatened or lost. Gratitude is about acknowledging these constants, no matter how small they may seem. A simple recognition like, I have the ability to choose today, to act, to learn, immediately shifts the focus from lack to potential. This is not just positive thinking, it is mental training. It strengthens your perception, trains your mind to see value, and creates a buffer against stress and negativity. Gratitude is more than a mental exercise. It becomes a moral and emotional foundation for self-love. When you consistently remind yourself of what you have, you no longer define your worth by external achievements or validation. Your value becomes inherent, rooted in awareness of the life and capacities you already possess. This is transformative because it breaks the cycle of comparison. You stop envying others' success because your mind is anchored in your own sufficiency. You stop feeling anxious about future uncertainties because your focus rests on the present abundance. The practice can be as simple as silently acknowledging 3 things each morning. They could be material, like the roof over your head or the food you eat, or immaterial, like the ability to love, to think, or to endure. Some Stoics practiced a form of reflection called premeditatio malorum, which involves imagining the loss of what you cherish, not to induce fear, but to deepen appreciation for its presence. By contemplating impermanence alongside gratitude, you cultivate emotional resilience and a profound sense of self-worth. When gratitude becomes the first act of your day, your perspective shifts at a neurological level. The mind begins to focus on possibility rather than deficiency, on capability rather than inadequacy, and on your own life rather than others' appearances. It is the antidote to envy, fear, and discontent, the emotional toxins that prevent self-love from taking root. This practice is not instantaneous. Like any habit, it grows stronger with repetition. Start each morning deliberately, acknowledging what is present, appreciating your body, your mind, your opportunities, and even the challenges that will teach you. Let gratitude set the tone for the entire day. By practicing gratitude before expectation, you not only create emotional stability but also lay the groundwork for a mindset that consistently seeks growth, virtue, and inner peace. Gratitude becomes a shield against comparison and negativity. It strengthens self-respect because you stop measuring your value externally and start grounding it internally. Over time, this daily practice rewires the brain, literally changing neural pathways to favor calm, focus, and appreciation. Your mind begins to anticipate goodness rather than loss, stability rather than chaos. And when your mind operates from this state, self-love is no longer aspirational. It becomes habitual, embedded into your very perception of life. By anchoring your mornings in gratitude, you prepare your mind to approach challenges with resilience, to face obstacles without fear, and to act from a place of calm confidence rather than reactive insecurity. This is the Stoic path, inner mastery achieved through deliberate, conscious attention to the mind, starting at the very moment you wake. 3. Discipline is self-respect. Discipline is the backbone of self-love. The Stoics understood that freedom does not come from indulgence, convenience, or fleeting pleasure. It comes from control. Each morning presents an opportunity to practice small, deliberate acts that reinforce your inner strength. Waking up on time, moving your body, nourishing your mind with reading or reflection, and preparing for the day are all seemingly small acts, but their cumulative effect is monumental. Each choice you make reinforces a message to yourself. I respect myself, my life, and my future. Self-love is not mere comfort, it is commitment. It is the recognition that your body, mind, and spirit deserve consistent care. Discipline in action is the practical manifestation of this recognition. When you follow through on your morning intentions, you teach yourself that your promises matter. This forms a foundation of trust between you and yourself, a trust far more valuable than anyone else's approval. The Stoic approach is not about harsh self-denial or rigid austerity. It is about prioritizing long-term growth over short-term gratification. A disciplined morning routine trains the mind to value consistency, patience, and purpose. When you honor your schedule and commitments, you naturally become resilient against chaos and impulsivity. Every decision to act deliberately, whether to meditate, exercise, or plan your day, strengthens your identity and reinforces your self-respect. Discipline also anchors your emotional state. A mind accustomed to structure can resist the sway of anxiety, fear, and distraction. You begin to see obstacles not as threats to your peace but as challenges to navigate with calm and rationality. Through consistent practice, discipline transforms from a chore into a reflection of self-love. It is an affirmation that your life is worthy of effort, that your potential is worth nurturing, and that your character deserves cultivation. By investing in daily discipline, you build a mental environment that supports growth, stability, and self-respect. When the world becomes chaotic, your mind remains firm because it has been trained to value integrity over impulse, preparation over reaction, and purpose over indulgence. This is the essence of Stoic self-love, a mind fortified by deliberate action, and a life guided by conscious choice. 4. Control your reactions. Emotions are inevitable, reactions are not. Every day, unexpected events will provoke irritation, frustration, or fear. The Stoic mind observes these emotions without letting them dictate behavior. Before acting on impulse, pause. Recognize that feelings are signals, not commands. They are information, not orders. By creating a space between emotion and response, you gain power over your life. Self-love is reflected in this space. Protecting your inner calm from external disturbances is an act of respect for your own mental and emotional well-being. Instead of allowing others' actions, mistakes, or criticisms to control your mood, you learn to respond with clarity and reason. Each choice to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively reinforces your sovereignty over your mind. The process requires practice. It begins in the morning when you notice your initial emotional reactions, boredom, anxiety, or impatience, and choose not to act on them immediately. As the day progresses, this discipline extends to larger challenges. By maintaining control over your responses, you prevent minor frustrations from escalating into long-term stress or conflict. Stoicism teaches that the world is largely outside your control, but your judgment is not. By mastering your reactions, you reclaim agency over the only domain you truly govern, yourself. When you consistently act from reason rather than impulse, you reinforce self-respect, emotional stability, and confidence. In this way, controlling reactions is not a restriction, it is a liberation, a core pillar of self-love, and a powerful way to maintain calm in a chaotic world. 5. Accept impermanence. Everything in life is temporary. Success, failure, praise, criticism, health, wealth, they all fluctuate. The Stoics remind us that attachment to transient things causes suffering. Recognizing impermanence allows you to anchor your value in what is stable, your character, your virtue, and your choices. Starting your morning with this awareness shifts perspective. If difficulties arise, you understand that they are temporary. If success comes, you remain humble and grounded. When you stop defining yourself through fleeting outcomes, you gain freedom. Your identity rests on principles rather than circumstances, and self-love grows from this foundation. Acceptance of impermanence is not passive resignation. It is an active acknowledgement of reality that allows you to act wisely. By understanding that everything is transient, you approach life with patience, resilience, and balance. Challenges no longer intimidate you. Success no longer blinds you. You move through life with a steady mind, rooted in internal values rather than external validation. By integrating this Stoic principle into your mornings, you prepare for the inevitable ups and downs with equanimity. Self-love emerges naturally when your self-worth is not contingent on temporary conditions. Instead, it thrives in a mind trained to value character, wisdom, and virtue above fleeting outcomes. 6. Live with purpose. Purpose gives direction to every action. The Stoics emphasized living according to virtue, wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. Each morning, before engaging with the day, ask yourself, who do I want to be today? How do I want to act? Not what I want to achieve, but who I want to become. When your actions align with purpose, self-respect deepens. You stop acting from impulse or seeking approval from others. Every deliberate choice, responding with patience, acting with courage, showing kindness, is a reinforcement of your internal values. Purpose transforms routine actions into acts of integrity, making each day meaningful. Living with purpose also provides resilience against setbacks. When your sense of self is grounded in principle rather than circumstance, external chaos cannot destabilize you. You become a person whose inner compass guides your decisions, regardless of external events. Self-love grows because you respect yourself enough to act in accordance with your highest values, and your mind becomes a stable foundation for growth, calm, and clarity. 7. See obstacles as training. Obstacles are not punishments, they are opportunities. Life will inevitably challenge you through delays, misunderstandings, failure, or criticism. The Stoic mindset reframes these challenges as lessons designed to strengthen patience, clarity, and resilience. Each morning, Prepare your mind to face difficulties, visualize obstacles, anticipate discomfort, and ask, what can I learn from this? How can this situation make me stronger? This mental rehearsal transforms fear into confidence, anxiety into preparedness, and frustration into strategic action. Self-love is reflected in how you approach adversity. Rather than avoiding challenges or blaming external circumstances, you embrace them as opportunities for growth. By doing so, you develop courage, adaptability, and mental toughness. Obstacles become tools rather than threats, shaping a mind that is resilient, focused, and unshakable. 8. Begin in silence. Before the world speaks, listen to yourself. Begin your morning in silence. Reflect, journal, meditate, or visualize your day unfolding calmly. Silence allows you to observe your thoughts, prioritize your intentions, and mentally rehearse challenges. This practice strengthens clarity, focus, and inner peace. By taking time for quiet reflection, you prevent external chaos from dictating your mood or decisions. Silence fosters self-awareness and prepares the mind for conscious action rather than reaction. Self-love grows when you honor your mind with attention, preparation, and reflection, creating a stable foundation for the day. Regular silent reflection trains the mind to recognize patterns, identify negative habits, and reinforce positive behaviors. The Stoics practiced this daily to cultivate virtue and resilience. By starting your mornings in quiet awareness, you equip yourself to act with wisdom, patience, and calm, no matter what challenges arise. 9. Commit to daily growth. Transformation is not instantaneous, it is gradual. Each morning is an opportunity to improve, to refine habits, and to strengthen character. Stoicism emphasizes small, consistent progress over dramatic changes. Daily commitment compounds over time, creating profound transformation in mindset, behavior, and self-perception. Commit to being slightly better than yesterday. Reflect on previous mistakes, learn from them, and act with intention. Every day presents new opportunities to grow in wisdom, patience, courage, and self-discipline. By consistently investing in yourself, you cultivate confidence, resilience, and self-respect. Self-love is a daily practice, expressed through deliberate choices, reflection, and consistent action. Each morning, recommit to growth, to virtue, and to your highest potential. Over time, this commitment rewires the mind, building a strong, unshakable foundation of inner peace, clarity, and self-worth. Conclusion: the Stoic path to self-love is quiet, disciplined, and powerful. By taking ownership of your thoughts, practicing gratitude, cultivating discipline, controlling your reactions, accepting impermanence, living with purpose, reframing obstacles, starting in silence, and committing to daily growth, you build a mind that is resilient, focused, and deeply self-respecting. If these lessons resonate, subscribe to this channel. Join a community committed to inner mastery, Stoic wisdom, and daily growth. Your journey to mental strength, calm, and self-love starts today.